What's up, y'all? So, Invincible season 4 is over. It's been done for about a week or so, and I've completed it. And overall, I thought it was really good. This is probably my favorite season. If not my favorite, I had to go back and think about it real hard. My second favorite season. But overall, I'd give it this season a 8 out of 10. I thought that they did so many things well. So I kind of already gave my review about the first 4 episodes. Kind of bit of 5. So 5 through 8. I loved how they handled Nolan returning to Earth, his interaction with Mark, with Debbie, because Debbie, she beat that man's chest till her knuckles was red. It didn't do nothing to him. But yes, Debbie, get your frustrations out. Mark wasn't trying to hear nothing he had to say. He was giving him the cold shoulder. But Nolan was messed up for how he talked about Oliver's mama. And Oliver did not let him forget that too, because when we find out that the council people, they ready to go after the Viltrumites, and they come and recruit Mark and them to come on out there, and they go out there, and then Conquest come, and they get to fight in Conquest. Mark was totally thrown off because he like, you was dead. Why are you still here? How are you? When I tell you that fight was everything, it was everything. Mark had him by the throat, and he was tearing Mark's guts. I don't know how many guts he got. Is it because he a Viltrumite? But he got that many guts. Because Conquest was snatching his guts out. But Mark didn't let go. Mark kept his hand on that throat. Okay? So even after the fight, Mark was successful in killing Conquest, but at the cost of him almost dying. And so we get a whole entire episode of Nolan and Oliver repairing their relationship, which I love because we see the issues, they work out the issues, what the problem was, and they work together to sustain Mark and get him back to an appropriate level so he can fight and help in the war, because they was losing. And because they were doing well and then they weren't doing well. And so it was like back and forth. They're like, where is Mark? Where is Nolan? We need them. Because the Viltrumites had decided after they was losing, they were just going to attack Thaddeus' home and Alan's home. And they ambushed them and started tearing them people up. Tearing them up. And the way they was doing it, because that big old thing at the gate, then let the people in and remove the shield that was protecting them and let them Viltrumites come in there and ransack the whole city and tear them people up. And here come Mark and Nolan and Oliver to kind of save the day and turn the tide against the Viltrumites and to kick them out of the planet and send them on their merry way. And so it was nice to see that. However, it came at a cost, because what y'all gonna do when it comes to fighting Thrag? That was my thing. Because y'all was struggling still with these regular Viltrumites. And so I'm like, how y'all gonna fight Thrag? Y'all not ready for him. Y'all not ready for him. And he pissed because y'all blew up his ship. That was the main thing. Y'all blew up the ship, but it's like, how y'all gonna handle him? And so when they start rallying the forces, they like, we gonna take the fight to them because there's only 40 of them left. We gotta strike while the iron is hot, which, yes. They go out there, they get the weapons, the poison. I already kind of did a live reaction about the fight in space, which it was so good. It was giving me everything I needed. They was going ham on each other. The Viltrumites was tearing them up. They was tearing some of the Viltrumites up. Of course, that tech jacket was pissing me off because you shooting the wrong ones. You shooting them little baby Viltrumites, and we need you to go after the big ones. And my biggest issue with the fight was, why y'all didn't give Mark or Nolan or Alan one of the little vials of poison that make the Viltrumites weaker? Y'all should have gave one of them so they could jam when they get up close, because they was getting up close to all of the big ones. Like, they're the ones that should have, they could have jammed it in and took out some of them strong, powerful ones. Like Anissa and Craig and Thuma and whatever the other one name was. But those are the ones we needed y'all to be going for, because we knew y'all weren't gonna be able to touch Thrag, because his little instant transmission and how powerful he was, it was incredible to see, but insane to see at the same time. But overall, after they realized they could not beat Thrag, Nolan, Thaddeus, and Mark destroyed Planet Viltrum. What they do that for? Like, yes, because now y'all ain't got no home. Like, y'all really homeless. And y'all need to just pack y'all bags. Well, you ain't got no bags. Just go, disappear. But we can't let y'all go because y'all can't be trusted to not try to rebuild. And that's exactly what they did, because although they blew up the planet, the Viltrumites escaped. Gonna find out they was on Earth. Mark was having panic attacks. The PTSD was so real. He was dreaming in his dreams. He was daydreaming it, only for it to be a reality, but not quite, because he thought they was there and he was tearing up all the people he loved in these crucial moments. But overall, we did find out that the Viltrumites are there, and they come to an agreement with Mark, begrudgingly, well, on his end, Mark's end, that they're going to be living on planet Earth and they're going to rebuild their forces by force. They're going to be with intermingling with the people of Earth, and they're going to mind their business as long as Mark and them mind their business. And I'm like, Mark, how did you agree to this on everybody's behalf? Because I don't remember all of us agreeing to that. But I digress. Also, Debbie broke up with Paul. Hated how they handled that, because y'all should have been showing us that type of stuff. Like how all of a sudden, oh, our words are different, so we broke up. The words was different when Mark and Oliver were there, so didn't like that. And another thing, so Debbie decides to go with Nolan to go back to where Oliver is, because Oliver got tore up. Thrag snatched that boy jaw off, tore his arm off. About killed him, so he's recouping on another planet, and Debbie decides to pack her little bags, go with Nolan to go be with Oliver. Shout out to Debbie, Mama of the Year. Eve has her powers back. It's nice, but she reveals that she decided to have an abortion because Mark wasn't there and she didn't want to do it alone, which I understand. But they're working through it. You know, he's gonna get some help. He's finally gonna seek some mental health services. Shout out to that. Y'all go see a therapist if you don't see a therapist. Highly recommend. Even need to go see one too, honestly. Oh. Also, forgot to mention, they just left Alan in charge, right? But he also was like, you gotta get rid of all the Viltrumites by any means necessary. So that virus that I still got cooking up, the original one, I done boosted it 10 times 100. So it's going to really finish the job. So you need to make the hard choice and go ahead and spread that virus and kill everybody. That mean Mark, that mean Oliver and Nolan. And potentially can kill humans, I think. But regardless, it's dangerous and our main people are at risk. Is Alan going to do it? I don't know. And I am excited to see what comes next, because the Viltrumites are living on Earth. What is that going to look like? So, y'all let me know what y'all thought about season 4 of Invincible.